all right, everybody. Well, we got volume. All right. So, should be good to go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. All right. Hope everybody's doing well today. Hope everybody's staying safe wherever they may be. Of course, I reckon all the bad weather is already come and gone at this point, and now it's just back into the rebuilding phase. But I hope everyone's doing well. Let's see who we got. All right, we got Niels Hahn in the building. What's going on, Niels Hahn? Glad you can make it out here today, my friend. Glad to see you for sure. Hope you're doing well. Hope all is well with you. Let's see here. We'll get a poll going here real quick in just a moment. Just want to get it set up a little bit more before we start that avenue. But nonetheless, we will start it rocking and rolling. So the live stream is live, and I'm definitely glad to see all of y'all today for sure. Hope everyone's doing well. We will have some more platinum coming in to showcase here, not too long. Just waiting on my latest YouTube payout to pay me, and we'll be seeing what we are getting from that. So it should be a good little pickup, that's for sure. All right, we'll get a poll going in the chat. What should we make the poll? All right, start a poll. What should we ask today? All right. I know. Who makes the best platinum coins? Let's see. We'll do 4 options. We'll do US Mint. We'll do Royal UK Mint. We'll do Perth, Australia Mint. And we'll do Royal Canadian Mint. How about that? All right, we got a poll going. What's going on, Broke Stacker? Hope you're doing well. Glad to see you here today, my friend. Glad you can make it out to the live stream. All right, we got Broke Stacker and Niels Hahn Dynasty in the house. All right, all right. Send me silver. Hey, Gerg, what's going on? Gerg, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Send you some silver. Well, I don't really even know you, my friend. Have you even joined our live streams yet? I don't think I've ever seen your name in the live stream. Maybe I missed it. And if I did, I apologize about that. But I hope you're doing well. What's going on? Mr. Zeems in the house. Welcome, Mr. Zeems. Glad you can make it out to the live stream. Thank you for being a Platinum Beast Squad member. I do greatly appreciate that. Your loyalty and your following my channel. All that good stuff. Thank you so much. And as you can see, we're still featuring our Palladium Gram that Mr. Zeems sent us himself. So thank you so much for that once again, Mr. Zeems. You rock, my friend. I will if you send me silver, of course. Well, Gerg, we'll just have to see about that. How about that? What's going on, Joseph Lopez? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could make it, my friend. Glad to see you here. Hey, Layla Hatham, what's going on? If you support Palestine, do like this. If you support... Well, I can't really say that I do support what you support, but thanks for joining the live stream nonetheless, Layla. What's going on, Broke Stacker? Yep, saying hi to Niels Hahn. Yep, we got Niels Hahn in the building. All right, we're already getting some votes on our poll. Looks like we got some Royal Mint likers, some Perth likers, some US Mint likers. Hope y'all don't mind that I lowercase the S like a goober in the poll, but it is what it is. Y'all still get the gist. And that's just how it goes. But anyways, if you just joined in the live stream, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. On the computer, it's the regular like button. On the cell phone, all you got to do is hold the screen, hit the like button or hit the three dots in the top right hand corner. It really helps me out a whole bunch, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all that do that for me. All right, all right. Man, we are filling up this screen with stack on stack on stack, my friend. For sure. All right. Well, at least all the hurricane is blown through, so that's good for everybody in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Don't have to worry about none of that for a little while at least. So that's pretty decent. But yeah, precious metal market has been really interesting lately. I don't know about y'all, but it seems like we've been kind of stagnant for a decent amount of time. Platinum at 1,000, palladium at 1050, 1060, silver at 3143, gold at 2660. Nothing to really write home about. So I reckon everyone's just waiting on something to happen in November. We got about 3 weeks left or something. Is it 3? Maybe 4 weeks? 4 weeks left? Now, probably closer to 3, really. About 3 weeks left until some major things are going to happen. Now, is it going to impact the price of precious metals long term? I don't know about all that, but I definitely do believe it could impact it in the short term. We could see either a rough Black Friday or we could see a really good Black Friday. Who knows? Who knows? Because that's shortly after what happens in November. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, we got 7 votes so far. U.S. Mint's taking the lead, but we got votes in all 4 categories, so that's pretty cool. Interesting that some of y'all pick Royal Canadian Mint, because they typically only put out like maples and stuff, but some people probably like that, the radials and the different sizes and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. But dang, I don't know about y'all, but I got to get some more gold before it goes to $1 billion an ounce. Which, not too long ago, people would have been saying you're crazy for saying that, but at this point, it's like, oh my goodness. It's hard to make a purchase when the price is so high. That's for sure. Yes, for sure, for sure. Let me guess, Uncle Sal's streaming right now, and everybody's over there watching his live stream. Probably. But oh well, we'll keep it rocking and rolling. I don't really get jealous or anything like that. I just like hanging out with my loyal followers. And if you're here over other people's live streams, that means you're just extra loyal, I reckon. Let's see here. Doesn't look like anybody else is live streaming though, really. Let's see. Salabate. Of course, YouTube's been a real pain in the rear end over notifying people of what's going on. Sunday night market watch. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. We're not really getting too much action in the live chat. Hope all of y'all are doing well. We only got about 4 people watching the live stream right now. Probably Sal. You might consider staggering your air times. Yeah, Broke Stacker. That's true. But he's not streaming right now that I see. So it's all right. We'll just keep it rocking and rolling. You did get a notification tonight. Very nice. Glad to hear that, Mr. Zeems, because I know a lot of people have been saying they haven't. What's going on, Gold and Silver? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you're here, my friend. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. All that good stuff. But, yeah. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Hello, Golden. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you can make it to our live stream. I'm glad to see you here. I tell you what, this season, so to speak, feels very different from back in the year 2020. It definitely seems different. I think people aren't just cooped up at home anymore, so they got more things to do and more things to occupy their time. So it seems like a nice breath of fresh air from the last time we had this thing going on in the U.S. that we got going on right now. That's for sure. What's going on, Zach Johnson? Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for being a Gold Beast member. Thank you so very much. Thank you for being a loyal moderator of the channel, and thank you for being a loyal follower. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're just having a good old time. But I'm doing well, personally, doing very well. Adding to the stack little by little. We, just as a tip to all y'all that follow my channel, I have got, once I get my next channel payout, right, which should be about the 21st or the 22nd, that will put enough in my channel payout account for me to get yet another 1/4 ounce Platinum Eagle. So I told y'all, if y'all been paying attention and following closely, I told y'all I would be stacking the 1/4 ounce Platinum Eagles with my channel funds that my channel produces. And so once we get our next payout on roughly the 21st or the 22nd, we will be getting another one of those. What year we'll get, I don't really know. I might try to go random. I might try to pick a specific year. It really depends on where spot price is and what the lowest cost is, and if it's justifiable for picking a specific year. But we'll just have to wait and see on that. But I'm super excited about that, and that will just slowly over time add to our stack. So it's pretty cool overall. Let's see. I'm new. What is this thing? An auction or just one of those chit chats? Just chit chat, Joe Kevy. We like to just do live streams where we just kind of hang back, relax, and just chit chat back and forth and talk about really whatever. So yeah, that's the kind of live streamer I am. I'm not really an auctioneer or nothing. I know those people are a lot more popular than me, but it's all good. We like to just have fun. Oh, thank you, Joe Cabby. I appreciate that. I really do. How much silver and gold do you have total? Well, let's take a look. This is a stacker community. Yep, Slava, that's correct. This is a stacker community. Let me tell you, here, I'll tell you. I'm going to be honest with you, though. Silver is lacking, right? I haven't even broke 100 ounces of silver yet. So my silver stack is looking like, I'm looking at the chart right now. I'm right at about 97.75 ounces of silver. So that sucks, if I'm being honest. But in gold, I'm at 2.79 ounces. So that's not too bad. And then platinum, I'm at 4.31 ounces. So we're getting real close to that 5 ounce mark. I hope to hit that by the end of the year, hopefully. And then palladium, we just have our 1 gram bar, as you can see here in the frame. So slowly but surely, we're growing the stack. I mean, if you take a look at my full gold stack and my full platinum stack video closer to the beginning of the year, we definitely have grown over the year. I mean, it's at a different pace than other people, but it's okay. You're doing better than anyone in this country. Well, that's probably true, Slava. That is probably very true. Most people don't have over 4 ounces of platinum and almost 3 ounces of gold stashed away somewhere. So overall, I'm not too disappointed or upset by any of that. I like where my stack is. I like its continued growth over the year. I can't remember the exact number, but I think we've grown 2 ounces of platinum over the year, and gold's been a little bit slower. We might have grown 1/4 to a 1/2 ounce, maybe, which I don't think is too bad growth. That's going all the way back to maybe like February or March. So we still got a few more months to even off everything. I hope to get to 5 ounces of platinum by February or March, and then maybe 3 ounces of gold by February or March. That'd be really cool to have that. But yep, that's where we stand. Broke Stacker says, stack what you can when you can. I agree, Broke Stacker. I agree. Some people can only afford like a little bit of silver each month, and hey, that's not so bad. You can always trade your silver for gold or platinum. It's not that big a deal, and it's not that hard to do if you ever wanted to. So stack what you can when you can. That's the main goal, right? Everybody's stacking journey is different. Everybody's budget's different. Everybody's life is different, right? I don't have 10 kids to feed at home. Some people do, and they value having 10 kids, and that's okay. If that's what they value, and maybe they can only get a little bit of silver or something, and that's perfectly fine. But just everyone should be trying their best to make themselves financially at least somewhat responsible. I really like precious metals because of the savings aspect. They say in this country there's like 85 to 90% of people can't cover a $400 expense if they needed to. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I got more than $400 sitting on this table right in front of you, right? That I could easily liquidate. I could take this to an LCS tomorrow. Is he gonna take advantage of me a little bit on the premium? Sure, but I could get $400 out of this, right? We got a half ounce, a quarter ounce, a tenth, a tenth, a tenth, a tenth. So that's 0.4 plus 0.75. So that's 1.75 ounces, or 1.15 ounces of platinum right there. So that's an easy $1,000. Easy $1,000. And that's not including the gold, the silver, or even some of the platinum, right? Now, obviously, I picked these up little by little. You know, each month I try to get at least like 1/10 ounce platinum, maybe a couple tenths or something on a good month. Maybe a quarter ounce like I'm about to get with my YouTube money. But that's just really my hobby money. When I get paid by YouTube, it's really just more so me just making videos in my free time, my spare time, just having fun, and it pays me a little bit. One of the 1/10 ounce gold would almost cover. Yeah, it would, right? This little koala is dang near $300, right? So most people don't even have that to spend on an emergency situation. You know, if for whatever reason my car broke down, I got enough precious metals I could liquidate whatever I needed and fix that car. Or if something where I live was all messed up or whatever, really. It's pretty nice. It definitely lowers your overall stress too. A lot of people don't think about that. They think, it's all right. But money is stressful if you don't have enough and you're out here living on the edge. I reckon it'd be like driving your car without any car insurance. You're like, I really hope I don't get pulled over and go to jail, or I really hope I don't hit somebody and then go to jail and get sued and they take me for everything I got. Like, that must be extremely stressful. But if you have enough money saved up, your stress is lower and lower the more you are able to save and invest and all that stuff. So I'm not saying make money your God or anything, but don't be dumb with it either. That's what the Bible says, I think. The Bible says don't make it your God, but also don't be dumb with it, with what God has given you. At least that's the way I like to look at it and live my life. I have up to 55 ounces of platinum so far. Gee, goodness gracious, Twister. That is wild. 55 ounces of platinum. That's incredible. Congratulations, my friend. I hope to be there one day too, right there with you. Remember, a great reset is coming. Everything you hold will be able to buy you a chicken or barter. Yeah, that's very true. That could potentially happen. Half ounce of platinum is more than $400. Yep, that's true. Gold and silver, that's very true. So if you got an ounce, you already got 2 emergency $400 expenses taken care of. I've saved more metal than I ever did paper. Oh yeah, Broke Stacker. Oh yeah. I don't think I've had, like, I got about 14,000 in precious metals, and that's not all my net worth is in, but that's my precious metals holding right now. I've never had $14,000 in cash in my life. Like in one sitting, right? I've made obviously more than that over my lifetime, but I've never had that much in one sitting, which is actually kind of a crazy way to think about it. But that is true. Unlike cash, PMs won't burn a hole in your pocket. I got a lot better at saving when I started stacking. I agree, Zach Johnson. I agree 100%. 100%. It's hard. I remember I was trying to max my Roth IRA last year, and I was saving up cash in the bank, and I was saving it up to max it out. So I think the max last year was like $6,500 or something, and I was just like I'd look every month at that 1,000 and 2,000 and 3,000 and 4. And when it got up to 5 or 6, man, it was like all of a sudden I was searching things I could like buy and do that would be fun and whatever, but it wouldn't be investing or saving. And so the more liquid cash you have, the more tempting it is to look at how you can spend that cash. But when it's stuck in this, nobody wants to take a loss on that premium they paid, albeit a small loss probably in an immediate turnaround. but still a loss. No one wants to take that. So it provides just enough of a lock and key, I think, that you're much less likely to liquidate your stack to get some dumb thing you want, like a new convertible, whatever, car, when your car that you have is perfectly fine. Again, I'm not saying it's wrong to have a convertible in your garage as a fun weekend car, but make sure you're saving. Because 9 times out of 10, the people that go out and finance that BMW convertible for the weekends, they ain't got the money for it. They're financing it at 10, 15%, and they're like, $500-600 a month. I make for $4,000 a month. I can afford $500-600 a month. But then after they've paid off the dang thing, it's worth way less, and they have nothing to show for it. It's crazy. But anyways, enough of me ranting. Let's get back into these comments a little bit. 5 ounces of platinum. Yeah, Twister. That is insane. Daughter didn't get paid, needed money for house and car. I gave her a gold coin. Excellent, gold and silver. Good job on being a good dad, my friend. Really and truthfully. I hope you were able to use that little situation as maybe like a teaching lesson for your daughter. Not that your daughter's by any means, I'm not saying anything bad about your daughter. I mean, that can happen to anybody. But I think that would provide an opportunity to say, hey, you know, this is how I save. Maybe you should think about it too, or what have you. And I'm not saying you got to be a stacker, but that gold coin you had that's $2,600, you don't think about that as liquid cash until you need it. And so if your daughter had that, just 1 ounce of gold, she could have cashed it out herself, and like you wouldn't have had to give her one. But that is great that you were able to do that, and I commend you for being a good dad, my friend. That's good to hear. We need more good dads in the world. That's for sure. Coins and bars, all 1 ounce bars. Wow. That's incredible, Twister. Absolutely incredible. What's going on, Mo Love? Watching and eating popcorn. All right. Well, thank you for being here, Mo Love. I do greatly appreciate that. I really, really do. Slava Key, I'm stacking Bitcoin as well. Yeah, I don't really get into the cryptos. I'm going to be honest, Slava. I wish you all the best. I wish anybody who stacks crypto all the best. I don't wish ill on anybody. But it's just not for me. That's just kind of my boat that I float, so to speak. Costco's selling platinum now along with gold bars. Oh, yeah, I saw that, Twister. I saw that. I really think that could provide a boost in the platinum world. People start eyeing it a little bit more. They're like, if Costco's selling platinum. It seems like Costco's like the world leader of precious metals. They first started selling gold, then silver, now platinum, and people are actually getting into it. And it's not just online either. A lot of people mentioned Walmart back when they started selling, but it was all online through third party, like bullion exchanges or AppMex. So I thought that was all just for show, basically. But the fact that Costco is actually stocking bullion in their warehouses is crazy to think about. Now, Costco, it also kind of makes sense because of the security around Costco. They got cameras galore in their warehouses. You have to show your card to enter. You have to give them your card to cash out. To rob a Costco would be insane. So it kind of makes sense when you think about it. Whereas the Walmart, albeit they do have security, they do have stuff like that, but it's much more lax and much more holes in security and blind spots and all that stuff. So it kind of makes sense that Costco would get into that because their security infrastructure is already better than Walmart's, albeit probably not perfect, but it's kind of cool when you think about it. Russia has officially made platinum part of their official reserves, just announced last week. Wow, Twister, that's pretty interesting. I did not know that beforehand, but that is interesting. I mean, it would make sense. They got a lot of platinum in their land. That's for sure. Oh yeah, Broke Stacker, I'm right there with you. I got a big old jacked up truck that I financed for 6 years, albeit I bought it pre-COVID, so I bought it for a steal of a deal compared to what it is today. It'd be almost double the cost today because the cost of everything's gone through the roof. But I did finance it way back in the day. I think my payments were like $334 a month or something, which wasn't too bad, and it was at 6%, which that percentage is not heard of in this world anymore. So all in all, I'm not disappointed necessarily that I did finance that thing, but since I've had it paid off for a few years now, I ain't gonna buy nothing else. Not till that thing is in the ground. And even then, the thing a lot of people don't think about, I've seen it on the forums a lot, y'all. But the thing a lot of people don't think about is they say, oh, I think my truck's transmission is about to blow. Maybe I should go trade it in and get a new one. Now, on the one hand, and in the short-term thinking, that makes a little bit of sense. You want to sell it before it's completely broke down and dead, so you can still get a little bit of money out of it. But the thing they don't realize is, if I took that truck and my transmission was about to go out, I could go trade it, but the new truck I'm going to buy is going to be about 50 grand, and my truck might be worth like 20 grand on a good day. So I'm going to be financing $30,000 at 15% interest when I could probably replace the transmission for like $3, $4, $5, maximum $6,000. So I could spend $6,000 on a new transmission, and then I'll be good for a good long while after that. Hopefully, if it's truly a brand new transmission. So 6,000 versus 50,000 minus 20, which is 30,000. So I spend 5 times as much to get a little bit newer truck. Not going to do that. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, in my opinion. But that's just me. What do I know anyways? Do you know that silver primed to move 55 by year end? I didn't know that, Slava, but that would be interesting to see, wouldn't it? I'm sure a lot of silver stackers sure would be happy. I would too, being as though I stack silver to a certain extent, but that would be real interesting. She is knuckle when it comes to, a knucklehead when it comes to precious metals. Well, that's all right, gold and silver. I reckon she's still got a little bit of time to learn. But maybe this experience will make her at least think a little bit more about it. That's for sure. But it is good that you did have that gold on hand to help her out. Again, you sound like a wonderful dad, and I'm thankful that the world still has wonderful dads like you that are willing to help out their kids during their time of need. We definitely need more dads like that in the world. Just starting to look at platinum, have 2 ounces. Very nice. Congratulations, Stacking Surfer, on the 2 ounces. And thank you for joining the live stream today. I do greatly appreciate you hopping on here. For sure, for sure. As soon as silver crosses 33, we're getting momentum higher. I could see that for sure. I think that's a good number to kind of pinpoint. 33 is pretty dang high. What's our recent high for the last decade? Does anybody know right off hand? Let's take a look at the chart here and let's see. See if we can find what the recent decade high is. I mean, obviously, you go past the decade and you get into that $55 spot, but let's see. I'm kind of curious about it. If it'll load. My computer never wants to load when I need it to. That's for sure. All right, let's see. What is our 10-year high? So, well, it looks like it happened within maybe the last year. So what did we reach? 32, 32, 32, 32. Yep, a lot of 32s. So I agree. 33 would be real nice. I think that'd be sort of a make or break point, if I'm being honest, if it does hit that level. That'd be real interesting to see. Russia's buying silver now. Interesting. China now has their own platinum ETF, trading on their own exchange, more platinum exposure. Yep. In my opinion, the more exposure, the better. That's for sure. Platinum can't get enough exposure. A lot of people still don't believe in it, but the more exposure we get, the more people adopt it as an actual true precious metal, and I think the more interest it'll have and ultimately drive up the price. But whole countries doing stuff like that really, I think, gives it a decent boost. I'm fixing a transmission right now. It's $5K to have a shop do it with a 100,000 mile warranty. Wow, 100,000 mile warranty is solid. See, that's the thing, right? Transmission on my truck goes out. I could spend $5 grand and I'll have another transmission for 100,000 miles versus trading in my truck for 20 grand and financing the extra 30 it's going to cost to get a new truck. And like, what? I get 100,000 miles out of that one? Like, no. I just trade the transmission in. At least that's what I do. Hi, Broke Stacker. I'm in the car. It's not going to smell it, right? What? What? Stack? I don't really understand that one, Sack and Surfer. That's pretty funny, though. LOL. 32.16. Ah, okay, Mr. Zeems. 32.16 is our recent high for silver. Interesting stuff. Interesting. 2,200, I think. What, you think platinum's going to reach 2,200, Twister? That'd be real cool. She learns about precious metals when I die and she gets some metals. Yeah, gold and silver. She'll be real happy about that. Hopefully at that point, she's old enough and you've taught her enough to not just liquidate it all and go to Disney World on a binge. But, yeah. What's going on, Donald? Omnidon, thank you for being a loyal Platinum Beast Squad member. I greatly appreciate that, my friend, and thank you for joining our live stream today. Glad to see you here. Glad you're doing well. All that good stuff. Thankful for you, my friend. Broke Stacker said my year-end prediction from January was 31.78. Interesting. So we've already broke that, but we're not. Are we at that right now? Let's see. We should be close. 31.46 according to Provident Metals. Obviously, depending on the chart, it could be different, but you're real close, Broke Stacker. Real close. What state am I living in, Slava? Well, I'm down here in the great state of Georgia. The great peach state. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Even though we don't make the most peaches, South Carolina's got us beat on peaches. But for some reason, we're the peach state. The higher gold goes in price, the more likely platinum will explode up. I agree with that one too, Twister. At some point, people aren't going to be happy buying these little dinky gold coins because that's all they can afford. When they could buy a platinum one and they could get 2 platinum ones for less. Yes, less money than they would pay for the 1 gold. It frustrated me just to buy that koala. I was like, dang, I could get 2 platinum coins, but I can't just keep stacking platinum. I gotta diversify. But yeah, I think with gold going up, platinum's only going to get more and more interest along the way. I got some cash. Do I go gold or platinum? Kyle Brooks, honestly, either one is good. I think you should just decide for yourself what you think is best. Also, take a look at your overall holdings right now. If you have a lot of platinum but not much gold, maybe think about gold. If you got a lot of gold but not much platinum, definitely think about platinum. That would be my take personally, Kyle Brooks. If you have no gold, buy gold. If you already have gold, buy platinum. Yep, exactly, Zach Johnson. My words exactly. Colorado here. Colorado here. All right, well, that's pretty cool, Slava Key. Y'all already got winter storms blowing in Colorado? Or does that not happen until November, December? Because we got a nice little fall down here in Georgia. I tell you what, we've had some real nice weather in the 60s and 70s. It's been pretty nice, honestly. Last year, we completely skipped fall and went straight from melting, sweltering summer to freezing winter. It was insane. We went literally one day from 90 degrees to me getting up at the crack of dawn the next morning and going outside my house and it being 30-something degrees. It was wild. And it seemed like it just stayed that way. It just went from hot to cold. We skipped fall last year, but it's nice that we've had a nice little fall transition this year, that's for sure. Springtime is usually a little better down here in Georgia. I don't know why that is. But our falls are really strange, right? Sometimes we get good ones. Sometimes we don't really get much of one at all. But a few weeks, really, it seems like. Lots of peanuts in Georgia. Yeah, we really should be the peanut state. If I'm being honest, Gold and Silver, I've been down there in South Georgia, and it's just peanuts, and pecan. So many pecans and peanuts that it's just wild that we're the peach state. Because most of the peaches are grown in the northern part, if that. And even that, they're grown like along the border of South Carolina. And like I said, South Carolina produces more peaches than any other state. So I don't know really why we got that name, but It is what it is. It's all good. It's all right. James Earl Carter was a peanut farmer. Oh, yeah, he was. Yep. President Jimmy Carter sure was. So was, and y'all wouldn't really know this on a national scale, but we got this family called the Perdue family down here in Georgia. Perdue was our governor, and we also had his cousin as our senator. So the Perdue family were big peanut farmers way back in the day as well. I think Sonny Perdue was the agriculture guy under President Trump, so maybe you know him through that. But yep, a lot of peanuts, that's for sure. Jimmy Earl Carter was a peanut farmer. Yep. APMEX is way too expensive. SD Bullion and Bullion Exchanges. I am platinum member at APMEX. Oh, wow, you're a platinum member at APMEX. Yeah, APMEX is typically too expensive, I'd say. Sometimes they got good sales. I can't deny that. I recently got the 2024 Kookaburra for cheaper than anywhere else from them. So that was pretty solid. I think I got the 2021 from them as well on a really nice sale they had. So there are deals to be had at APMEX. You just got to wait it out and see. But for a typical random, I'm looking for a specific piece buy, you are correct. They are priced a little bit higher typically. Now I want some bold peanuts. Georgia got that right. It's a great snack. Oh yeah, Jack Stacks. You travel down any rural road in Georgia and you'll find bold peanuts on the side of the road. Some guy just sitting there bowling them all day long and selling them to people that drive by. They're a great snack, especially if you're on the road for a little while. You just pull over and buy some of them. That dude will pour them out in a big old styrofoam cup for you, and you'll just be snacking on that all day. That's one of them like Great Depression foods. I swear, the South has some of the best food ever. I tell you what, I love Southern barbecue, grits, cornbread, biscuits, sweet tea, all that good stuff. It's literally the best food in the country, in my opinion. And boiled peanuts is definitely one of them Great Depression snacks. Somebody said, I'm tired of eating peanuts, Paul. And Paul said, well, maybe we can do something a little different. And he boiled them. So I guarantee that's how that started. But it ended up being pretty tasty, if I'm being honest. I love them too. Nice, Slava Key. Very nice. 80-degree days. That's cool. Glad to hear you're enjoying some nice weather out there. That's for sure. Now I want some bold peanuts. Yep. 60 in Central Illinois. Okay. A little bit cooler. Not too bad up there, though. In Central Illinois. I don't order anything from APMEX. They overcharge. Yep, I agree. Hero Bullion and JM Bullion. Yeah, I like Hero Bullion because they got a lower threshold for free shipping. That's always nice when you only got to spend $150 for free shipping versus the dealer standard of $200. It's always a bonus, in my opinion. Bob Benny B's channel there in Georgia. Huh. I hadn't heard of Bob Benny B's. I'll have to check them out. Let's see here. Let's see if I can go check out Bob Benny B's. I wonder where he's at. He's probably a little bit more rural than me. I'm down here in Atlanta, Georgia. Bob Benny B's. Bob Benny. Oh, Blue Ridge Honey Co. Lakemont, Georgia. All right. Wow. Pretty incredible. That's pretty cool. Southern Appalachia. Yep, up there in Blue Ridge is real beautiful place up there. I tell you what. I always wanted to move up there. It's real safe, real nice, real rural. I like everything about that area up in Blue Ridge, Georgia. I'm a Hero Bullion fan. Seems they have been lacking on the platinum stock. Oh, yeah, they have. I haven't bought from them in a little while, unfortunately. But they have been lacking on the platinum offerings. Let me take a look here. One of the last platinum coins I got from them was this cat coin from the Isle of Man. They sold me this for like $50 or something like that. That was pretty cool to get a platinum coin for $50. Ugh. We messed everything up, didn't we? Of course. Let's see here. Yep, there we go. All right, we're back. Can't have a live stream without having mishaps, that's for sure. Let's take a look, see here if we can rebalance this a little bit. I think we're almost there. Let's see here. All right, well, there we go. We're a little bit more zoomed in, but it's all right. It'll work. Let's see, are we looking? Yep, we're looking. We're looking good. Actually, we're not even looking as bad as I thought we would be. But anyways, I got this cat coin a while back from them. That was pretty cool. They had a really good deal on it. So that's pretty nice. All right. What's going on, slave owner? What a name, my friend. What a name. I'm really hoping that that has some type of ulterior meaning. Hopefully, like... Anyways, interesting name, my friend. But I hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining our live stream today. Yes, lately, but I still get good prices. Yeah, they do have good prices on Hero Bullion. And like I said, they only require $149 for free shipping, so that's real nice. That's definitely a bonus in my opinion. That's for sure. All right. Gold number 1, platinum number 2, silver number 3. That's a solid numbering system right there, Twist Twister. It's pretty solid, my friend. Oh yeah, I won't disagree. Prices are good and shipping is as good as it comes. Yep, Mr. Zeems, I agree with that too. I wish we could go back to constitutional money. Yeah, that'd be real nice, wouldn't it, Slava Key? That'd be real nice. But I don't think that will ever happen, really, because the government would really have to reorganize a lot of stuff, as unfortunate as it is. You can get deals at APMEX occasionally, but for sure most of their inventory is more expensive than you can find elsewhere. But the variety in their inventory is fantastic. Oh yeah, they got the best variety above all. So if you're looking for niche pieces or unique pieces, APMEX is definitely your go-to. That's for sure. Platinum is industrial metal. I don't buy it. Monetary metals are gold and silver only. Well, I can understand why you believe that, Slavaki. It definitely appears that way on paper. However, I think platinum is slowly moving at a slow pace, at least, to being a true precious metal. At least that's what I believe. You might disagree, and if so, that's all right. But that's just what I think, personally. But yeah. All right, all right. Let's take another look here at the comments. I like platinum maples. Yeah, platinum maples are pretty cool, gold and silver. I like them too. I like the king version more than I thought I would. That's a really pretty coin. Platinum is undervalued for sure. Oh yeah, Slavaki, I agree. I agree. Nickel Stacking, what's going on, Nickel Stacking? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could join us today. Glad to see you here, my friend. I'm surprised we haven't seen Shadow Work join us today. I wonder what he's been up to. Hopefully he's doing all right. Wherever he may be right now. Hope he's doing good. But Nickel Stacking said, no mint companies for me. No mint company. Oh, you don't like any of the mints, huh? Or do you like one that's not listed? Are you mainly just a generic bar stacker? There he is. There's Shadow Work. What's going on, Shadow Work? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could make it, my friend. Glad to see you here. Thank you for being a loyal Gold Beast member for such a long time. That's incredible. You've stuck around with us for months and months on end, and I can't thank you enough, my friend. Thank you for being a loyal subscriber, loyal Gold Beast member, loyal moderator, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. And I'm definitely glad to see you here today. Okay, nickel stacking. So do you just stack generic stuff? Is that what you do? Or do you just stack like junk stuff? Because some people are really into that. Like stacking junk jewelry that's been broken or scuffed. Or stacking just really random stuff. I don't buy bullion anymore with socialist government. You must live somewhere else, I reckon. Do you live in America or are you somewhere else? I am junk. Well, I mean, more power to you, my friend. Your name is Nickel Stacking, though, so do you stack nickels? Osmium is way undervalued. Oh, I agree with that one, Slavaki. I think so, too. That's for sure. U.S. So you're in the U.S. Well, we don't have a socialist government, Nickel. We're still a capitalist society. We got Starbucks and Apple and Microsoft. All them capitalists. Everything's capitalism in America. I don't know. I know some people in government want it to be socialist, but it's not quite there yet. That's for sure. I have to say, Platinum Beast, Mean sent me a 16.72 gram platinum wideband. That is to die for. Wow. That's pretty sweet. That's a nice little hefty piece. That's about half an ounce of platinum right there. So congratulations to you, Donald. That's pretty cool, my friend. That's for sure. That is pretty cool. If you say so. China has those too. Yeah, and China is real interesting, right? Because China on its face is very socialist, but the top 1% of China is very capitalist. So they're a very mixed country. But I see where you're going with that argument, and I concede to you that that is true. That is very true. There probably are some socialist aspects to our government in the U.S. Property tax being one. If you don't have any kids, you still pay for the schooling system. If you, whatever the case may be. But, yeah, so there are, I reckon, some socialist aspects. I can agree with you on that. It was my budget for the entire month. Oh, wow. That's pretty crazy, Donald. But that's pretty cool that you were able to get that. I'm sure you'll cherish that for many years to come. That's for sure. All right, we've been streaming for about 48 minutes. We've been going rock solid here for a little while. I think it's been a good live stream. We'll keep it rocking and rolling for a little while longer. And we'll just see kind of where things go, so to speak. But let's try to get a little bit more natural lighting in here, shall we? Because that's always a good thing to have in any given live stream. Social Security. Yeah, that's true. That's another one, Shadow Work. Social Security is a very socialist part of our government in the U.S., so that's a great point you make. Smash that like button, lads. Support the beast. Yep. Hit the like button for me. It's been a little while since I said it, but hit the like button for me if you don't mind. If you're on the computer, it's down below. If you're on the cell phone, all you got to do is hold the screen with your finger, and it should pop up. If not, there should be 3 dots in the top right-hand corner you can hit, and you can hit that like button, and that really helps me out a whole bunch, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all that do that for me. Really helps me out a whole bunch, so thank you. Bullion may be confiscated. No, it is theft. Yeah, I could understand that argument, bullion being confiscated. I think platinum's kind of on the bottom of the list as far as confiscation goes. And as far as it being theft, I mean, I kind of agree with that, Nickel. I really do. Especially in the situation like I mentioned, There are some people who are able to retire and they don't need Social Security. So the fact that they pay in really kind of doesn't make sense when they don't really need it. So they'd probably rather just keep that money. But, I mean, I don't know. I understand the argument on both sides of things. I mean, it does help out poor old people. Shining bright with the natural light. Yeah, well, I'm trying. Shadow work. We got the sun setting here soon. Or really right about, well, here soon. We're definitely getting into that daylight savings kind of dying off time in the South. A lot of people, that's another interesting thing. A lot of people don't realize in the South benefits, and really the East Coast as a whole, but the South a lot, in my experience, benefits a lot from daylight savings and changing the clocks. I know people get frustrated with it, but the sun definitely changes position down here in the South. It gets darker earlier and stuff, so rolling back the clock really helps out a whole bunch with later in the day activities. But who knows if it sticks around forever. It could not. You never know. We'll take another look at the poll here, see where our votes stand. We got about 32 votes, which is pretty solid. Looks like U.S. Mint takes 25% of the vote. Royal Mint takes 12% of the vote. Perth Mint takes 31% of the vote. And the Royal Canadian Mint takes 31% of the vote. Interesting how the Perth and the Royal Canadian Mint are tied. I reckon some people just voted on their favorite mint, not necessarily talking about platinum, being as the Royal Canadian Mint puts out probably the least amount of platinum offerings, but it's tied for first place, so that's kind of interesting. Man, daylight savings time drives me nuts. Mr. Zeem, I can understand that. I really can. I know it drives a lot of people nuts. The only thing about it is, the only way to really fix daylight savings time is to make it a permanent thing in America. And that really messes up the global times table, because when we're in daylight savings time, we realize we're not going along with the traditional time zone. We're rolling it back an hour for a portion of the year. And so if we were to go permanent daylight savings, we'd have to just, I don't know, I reckon we'd have to just call it daylight savings and just never stop calling it daylight savings, even though it's the permanent time. So I don't really know. I kind of favor more so going the opposite direction and just staying on normal time. Even if we do get a little bit darker, most farming is automated these days, so the timetable doesn't affect farming like it used to, and that was the initial argument on why it was created. There's been some trial and tribulation with taking it away. I think the Nixon administration took it away for a little bit, but they saw car accidents went up in the mornings, I think, because people were out driving to work in the dark at the crack of dawn in the morning, and they weren't able to see as well, so it increased automobile fatalities. Now, obviously, cars are safer these days and stuff like that, but I don't know. There's arguments for both sides, really. Twist Twisters from Vancouver, Canada. Interesting. Very interesting. You're far, far away from me, Twist Twister, that's for sure. Canada has 0 gold holdings. They are best at making these coins. Strange. That is very strange, Twist Twister. Especially since they make it 4 nines fine, right? I think that's right. United States Mint can't be confiscated. Remember that. Okay. Interesting point. United States can change all laws and not allow precious metal bullion ownerships. I reckon they could do that, but that would require Congress to act upon that. Hi, Vancouver, Kalamazoo, Michigan here. Kalamazoo, Michigan. What an interesting name for a town. Is Kalamazoo in the regular Michigan portion, or is it in the Upper Peninsula? Because I've heard they almost consider each other separate bodies. The citizens anyways. They're like, oh, you're from the Upper Peninsula. You're not real Michigan. Or, oh, you're from the regular Michigan, or whatever they call it. Lower Peninsula. You're not like one of us. I've heard there's like a little bit division over, and that's such an interesting state geography because it's like two states, right? It's kind of interesting. There are a few states now removing taxes for precious metals. Well, that's pretty cool, Twist Twister. I've always thought that was such a scam to have taxes on precious metals. It's always frustrating because it's like, why are you taxing me for investing and money and stuff? You don't tax me when I buy and sell stocks. You don't tax me when I buy and, well, I reckon real estate is taxed because there's property tax. But is there a tax on purchasing? I don't know. It might be tax exempt in my state. I haven't bought any real estate, so I wouldn't really know. Southwest Michigan. No, not really, but yes, really. It's not really a division there, but kind of is. I love it, Donald. I love it. I really do. In Georgia, they say yeah, all. Here we say yo. Yo. So you say yo for y'all? So you say like, what are yo doing? Instead of what are y'all doing? What are yo doing? Strange. That's very strange. I hadn't heard someone actually say that. Maybe we don't get too many Vancouver, Washington people down here. Southwest Michigan, they do. Unrealized gains they get you with stocks. Well, that's what they're trying to do. They get you with realized gains. That's true. But that's more an income tax, which, I mean, I'm all for lowering taxes, but on the other side, we also kind of need taxes for some stuff. How else are you going to pay for law enforcement, fire department? I reckon you can make it all private, but in bad communities, you probably ain't going to have too many people contributing. And a bad community can be really anywhere. So then you probably have some problems. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, all. Yo, all. What in the world? That's so interesting, Twist Twister. That really is. Hey, yo, all. That's an interesting way of saying it. That's for sure. What I also find interesting is that the lighting on film, on the camera, is a lot brighter than what I'm actually experiencing in the room. So that's kind of interesting how the lighting transfers more to a film or a camera than it does in a real world situation. 4 states, no tax if you sell in them. Do you know why no tax? It's because commodities are going higher due to inflation. Well, that actually makes a lot of sense now that you mentioned that. Property tax sounds like Alabama speak. Property tax sounds like Alabama speak. Well, I don't think in Alabama they say hey yo all. It's just y'all. Y-A-L-L. Y'all. And really a true Southerner says it like Y-A-W. Y'all. Not y'all. You can't really, it's real difficult to pronounce them L's when you say y'all. Like, what are y'all doing? We also don't pronounce our G's on the end of ing words. But I'm not from Alabama. I'm from Georgia. Y'all is the most appropriate. You all sounds bad. You guys is rude to women. That's true. And yous guys sounds bad and is rude to women. I agree, Shadowwork. I agree with all that statement. Yeah, y'all is the most appropriate. I think so too. You all. Yeah, you all sounds strange. And then you guys is rude to women. Yeah, you guys. Guys is such a gender neutral world in these times, but it really shouldn't be. I don't know how we didn't get away with it, but I guess people in the North talk that way, and somehow they didn't get away with that or get in trouble for that. I remember actually when I was a kid, people used to say it's not just guys, it's girls too. when someone would say you guys. Dang, that unlocked a memory I hadn't even remembered before now. But there was a little bit of controversy when people started saying you guys. But nobody around here says that. Everyone says y'all. Silver, nickel, and copper are money. Well, they are actual money. Our coins are made out of those three metals, so that makes sense. Well, not so much silver anymore, but U-Haul. 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 That's pretty funny, Jack Stacks. I never realized U-Haul is like a... Is it called a double entendre? U-Haul is like saying you-all. But U-Haul is like... It's trying to say it with like a southern drawl. U-Haul. What are U-Haul doing? But it's really just y'all. Man, we spent a lot of time on this topic. Used guys are like gangsters from New York. Yeah, that's what I'd say too. Used guys. Or like Pennsylvania or something, or Connecticut or something. Used guys. Or no, I think Pennsylvania says yins or something. Something so dumb. Y-I-N-Z. Yeah, us Northerners don't use sir and ma'am like you Dixie guys. Oh yeah, Zach Johnson. You better be saying sir or ma'am, especially if it's an older person. You better not be saying yeah or what or huh to one of them people. You show your elders respect down here. I used to be made fun of for saying y'all, and I don't even have a southern drawl. I just thought it'd work best. It does. It really does. Shadow work. It really does. Copper will double in a couple years. Yeah, I think so too, Slava. I think so too. I think copper could double in a couple years. We're too rude for that. Yeah, Western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh uses yens. They're a bit strange out there. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. Yens. That's so strange. What are yens doing? Another word that I find funny is, and we're really getting kind of dark on the screen, so maybe we'll cut the lights on. But another word I've heard people using, wow, that really washed out everything. Actually, doesn't look too bad. Another word I heard from somebody I met from Connecticut was, yeah, yins reminds me of youngins. Yeah, we'll say youngins down here, but yins, it does kind of seem like you're trying to say that. Somebody I met from Connecticut called a buggy a carriage. They call it a carriage. Like they go to the Walmart and they say, "Grab me a carriage." That's the most craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like we call it a buggy down here. I reckon its technical term is shopping cart, but we call them buggies. But apparently some people in the north call them carriages. I reckon it has to do with like way back in the day when poor people in the south used buggies behind like a donkey or a horse, and wealthy people up in the north used an actual carriage to travel. And so the names, I reckon, carried over to the shopping cart. We call it a cart here. Okay, Mr. Zeems. Yeah, you can call it a cart. I mean, that makes sense. But really, it's a buggy. Well, Colorado and my neighborhood is popular with one armed person in the world. Huh, interesting. South Africa has major power issues, daily rationing, just a matter of time when the mines are affected. 75% of platinum comes from South Africa. The rest mainly from Russia. Yeah, I know about all that. Most of the platinum comes from South Africa. So turmoil down there only helps platinum. Unfortunately, people have to suffer during that. I never want to see people, no matter where they are in the world, suffer. But that will ultimately, I think, help the argument for platinum for sure. Is the deal of the century right now. It will explode in price in 15 years. Well, I think so too, nickel stacking. I mean, I don't disagree with you on that. Nickel is it's a rare earth metal, and it's not easy to come by, and it's not easy to mine, and all that stuff. Well, I don't know if it's rare. Is it rare? Is it officially considered a rare earth metal? I don't really know, but I could see it making an introduction into the world of rare earth metals, that's for sure. Only problem with the South African mines is platinum is a byproduct of nickel mining. That's very true. That's very true. So that could send the price of nickel up substantially, I think, along with platinum. Russians love Americans. Why do Americans hate Russians? Well, I reckon it probably has to do with... Well, I don't think Americans really hate Russians per se, like the people. They don't like what the president of Russia is doing, understandably. But I've never met anybody really... If they hate Russians, they're just ignorant, in my opinion, because Russians are just people. Just like I can disagree with how China is run, but the people from China I have no problem with, because they're just people at the end of the day. So I couldn't really answer that question too well, Slava. If you run into Americans that hate Russians, they're just ignorant Americans, if I'm being honest. Because there's no real reason to hate just a random person because of where they came from. Even illegal immigrants. I don't hate illegal immigrant, the people. I just hate that the government allows undocumented people to come into the country. So I don't hate the people per se. That's how it should be approached, at least. But some Americans are ignorant. Being an American, I can attest to that. Just like some people in every single culture and country in the world has ignorant people within them. Hate the policy, not the people. Yep, Zach Johnson, that reminds me. That's kind of like what us Christians say. Hate the sin, not the sinner. You know, if somebody's out here wasting their life away, getting drunk every day, I don't hate that person. I don't think they're necessarily a bad person. I just think they're wrapped up in a bad thing that's consuming their life. And so I hate that for them. But I don't hate that person. So in the same sense, hate the policy, not the people. I completely agree with that. Never met a Chinese person I dislike. Yeah, I mean, they're not bad people. They're at the end of the day, a lot of them are really conservative. They mind their own business. They have their own cultural differences, but they're fine people, really, truly. Unvetted immigration is insane. Oh, I agree, Twister. I agree. Like I mentioned, it's not the people I have a problem with necessarily. It's definitely the policies that allow just anybody and everybody to come into a country, right? It's insane. Not only is there the aspect of bad people coming in the country, but a country that just allows free range, anybody to come in, is really dancing or playing with fire as far as their economy is concerned. Because if you got a whole bunch of low-wage employees coming in and they take all the jobs from actual citizens that need even just low-wage jobs, like how many single moms work some crap job because they don't have a husband or nothing, and they don't have education because they were planning on getting married or whatever their circumstances are. And so they need these low-income jobs just to get by, and they're being taken by people that aren't even citizens. I mean, that's wild. So then what happens? That single mom goes on unemployment or welfare or whatever, and the government ends up having to pick up the tab and move money from a more important part of government towards that. It's just madness, absolute madness. Asian people are great producers. U.S. could use more Asians. Oh yeah, they are. They're hard workers. They also contribute a lot to society. They are actually the top economic group of people in America. They make more money than any other. Well, I don't know about just Chinese, but Asian in general, because of their culture and their high standard of everything within their culture, they actually provide a lot of benefit for America. I would love to see more people legally immigrate from Asian countries. I think we could benefit a lot from that, just personally speaking. Nothing like Venezuela jails being emptied in the heart of the USA. It's treasonous, all for votes. Oh, I agree. I agree, Twist Twister. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Now, them people are bad people. If you went to prison in Venezuela, you're probably not a good person at all. Because them prisons down there are nothing like America's. They're over full. That's why they're dumping them. And they're horrible living conditions. So if you do something in Venezuela, risk going to prison, you probably doing something real bad, and you probably don't care about nothing or nobody. So we probably don't want you coming into America if you're that person specifically that was in a Venezuelan prison. But anyways, is YouTube going to cancel me for this video? I don't know. Probably not, but but anyways, going to prison is bad enough, but going to one where I don't know the language is absolutely terrifying. Woo! I know. That's wild. But it's bad down there in them Central American and South American countries. Like, they feed them stale hot dog buns and beans. And I've heard, like, they get 800 calories a day. I mean, they're starving. They put 20 people in a cell made for, like, 4 people. It's overcrowded. It's hot. They got no AC. That's deplorable conditions. It's horrible. So if you do something in Venezuela knowing good and well you're going there, you probably ain't afraid of nothing. So that's definitely not what I would like to have coming to pay me a visit. I like hot and cold, love and hate, only differ in a few degrees. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Shadow Work. That's very true. Most people are just trying to get a better life. Yeah, I agree with that, Donald. I agree. I don't disagree with that at all. I just think we got a lot of people in America trying to get a better life too. And I think that they should take priority over anybody from anywhere else. In my opinion. I wish everyone a good night. Gotta go. All right, Slavaki. Well, we'll probably wrap up the stream here soon anyways. We've been rocking and rolling for about 73 minutes. We'll probably make it an even hour and a half just to make it easy. But thank you for stopping by, Slava. I greatly appreciate you hopping in here and contributing to our live stream. Always a pleasure, my friend. I have a ton of silver, some gold, but no platinum or palladium. All right, Indecisive Panda. Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could join us today. Glad to see you here. You got to get some platinum, my friend. You definitely do. Palladium you can hold off on, I think. But platinum, you got to get yourself some. It just is a good asset to have, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm the Platinum Beast, so I'm going to be a little biased, but it definitely is real good to have in anyone's stack, even just a little bit. I don't think you can do any harm at all, even just having a little bit of platinum in your stack. That too, nickel stacking, that too. There's a lot of people trying to come into the country that are waiting in line and doing their due diligence, all while people are just skipping them, right? So then the government has to take money from that legal enterprise and move it towards dealing with the illegal side of things. When if they just took care of the problem with the illegal side of things, they could focus all their money and resources into the legal side, and then people could come in probably a lot easier than they can right now. And that's part of the reason why people do it illegally, is because they know it's so easy. Why would they go through the heinous process of legally when they can just, do it illegally? Imagine owning a platinum coin in Venezuela. You'd be rich. That's coming here with all our debt. That's true, Twist Twister. If you had $1,000 in Venezuela, you'd be a king. An absolute king. I'm telling you. I like the emojis, Twist Twister. That's pretty funny. You stack any numismatics? Well, Indecisive Panda, not too many. Some people could consider Platinum Eagles numismatic. This 1/10 ounce Platinum Eagle typically goes for a much higher price than what I paid for it. So in a way, it's kind of numismatic, but I don't get really into any of the big numismatic things like proofs and, extremely low mintages and stuff like that. Some of the kookaburras I have also could be considered somewhat numismatic because their mintages are limited to 15,000 per year. And so pretty low mintage, and over the years they become more and more valuable as collectors put them in their deep stacks and they disappear off of the open market. So that's my approach to numismatics. I don't get too involved in the really rare stuff. It's just not for me. I see this more as an investment vehicle than I do a hobby, if you will. But hobby stackers typically stick to numismatics more so, and that's cool if you do. You can definitely make some money doing that. And that's not even all that bad of an approach, right? People buy artwork as an investment, so to speak, even though it's much more of a, I don't know what you would call it in the art world, but essentially the equivalent to our numismatic world, in that you got to find the right buyer at the right time for the right price to make a profit and all that good stuff. But it can be seen as somewhat of an investment. Same thing with like exclusive watches, Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, all that good stuff. Rare cars perhaps could be an investment. If you have the first ever built Bugatti, it's probably not gone down in value. But for me, numismatics are not really my game that I play so much. I get addicted and it's no longer an investment. I don't disagree with that, Indecisive Panda. It can be very easy to have that happen to you. For sure. Oh, well, thank you, Shadow Work. I appreciate you saying amazing display tonight. I try to put out all the stuff that I got on hand. Some of this is going to go into the deep stack at some point because we're overfilling the screen on our live streams here. But I appreciate you saying that, Shadow Work. I really do. Yeah, you are still saving, Indecisive Panda, even if you are buying numismatics and stuff like that. I invest in art. I call them gigantic baseball cards. Yep. Baseball cards are another way that you can kind of invest in a way. Yeah, Omega watches. That's another big name. Yeah, art can be a good investment. People make money off that stuff. Baseball cards can be a good investment too. I invest in guns, ammo, silver, and stocks, crypto. Yep. All of those assets can be seen as investments. That's for sure. That first one you mentioned, I've watched that market close enough and I've been involved with that close enough that I've seen the price of firearms not decrease over the long haul. So at the very least, you're putting your money into something that's not going down in value really almost at all. You try to buy a used Glock, you might save $20. That's it, right? So not a bad approach. And then if for whatever reason supply declines, the price of that's only going to go up. We saw that in year 2020 with your second mention of ammo. A box of 9mm was like $50 to $100. A box of 50 bullets. $1 a bullet, that's insane. Now it's come down quite a bit, but all it takes is that one little blip in time and then boom, you have made money on your investment. If you're able to sell a little bit, maybe you have a large stockpile or something. See you around. Keep stacking. All right, Zach Johnson, you have a great night tonight. I appreciate you coming by, checking out the live stream. Like I mentioned, we're probably going to wrap it up here in about 10 minutes, but thank you for sticking it out for the long haul, Zach Johnson. I greatly appreciate you, my friend. And thank you again for being a loyal Gold Beast member and a loyal moderator of the Platinum Beast channel. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. I think getting into cryptos now is a big mistake. Yeah, I've never been big into it. I may never be into that type of thing, but for the people that are, I wish you all the best. I want a Picasso, but afraid to damage it. I can't hurt platinum. That's very true, Shadow Work. That's a great point you make. Platinum is one of the hardest metals on Earth, and it's dang near impossible to actually destroy. The melting point is so extremely high, and it's a kinetic metal, I believe they call it, in that if you scuff it and scrape it and throw it around and beat it up, it doesn't actually lose its density. and its actual metal content. So whereas when you look at jewelry grade gold, some of that gold has worn away over the years, but platinum, that doesn't happen because of its different sort of makeup, if you will. So that's kind of interesting little tidbit about platinum. I have 287 ounces of silver, 138.5 is numismatic. It wasn't supposed to happen that way. Well, 280 ounces of silver is still a lot more than a lot of people indecisive. So, hey, you definitely could have spent your money on even dumber stuff, if I'm being honest. You could have definitely just wasted all that money away, but you do have some assets you have in your holdings, so that's pretty cool. I have Picasso etchings. I never liked Picasso. Terrible man. Well, if you had a fire Picasso, would be ashes, and platinum would just melt. So you still have it. Yep, that's very true, Nickel. That's very true. I didn't know Picasso was a terrible man, although I can believe it. I mean, a lot of people throughout history were not the best, but we still look at them as one of the best, even though in their personal lives they might not have been. So that's an interesting tidbit. Hi, all. Hey, what's going on, Lee Hill? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could make it, my friend. Glad you could be here tonight. I invest all metals better than that dollar in your wallet. That's very true. Better than the dollars we got in our wallets. Metals are definitely a better thing to hold on to than paper worthless currency. It's only really good and only really used as an exchange of labor. A lot of people don't realize that, but I work 40 hours a week. If I make X amount of dollars, I'm really just trading my labor for something else, somebody else's labor in a sense. But with precious metals, I'm doing much more than just trading my labor for somebody else's labor. So definitely an interesting way to look at it, that's for sure. Let's take another look at the poll here. And also, I haven't mentioned it in a little bit, but if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, I greatly appreciate it. On the computer, it's down below. On the cell phone, all you got to do is hold the screen and it should pop up. If not, there should be 3 dots in the top right-hand corner that you can click, and you can hit the like button and help me out a whole bunch, and I greatly appreciate that. But looking at our poll here, looks like we got about 34 votes, so it's been a little bit slower poll, that's for sure. It's a little bit more targeted, I think. That's the reason for that. But it looks like the U.S. Mint has gained 26%. The Royal Canadian Mint is at 29%. Perth Mint is at 32%, and the Royal UK Mint is at 11%. So it looks like Perth might win out tonight, which I can't disagree with that. I do love the Perth Mint, as y'all can see. I got a lot of Perth stuff on the table here, and I love buying Perth Mint stuff. I think it's some of the coolest designs they put out each year. They change the designs up. It's very reasonable premium. I don't know how Perth does it, but they do, and I'm going to keep supporting them as they do it. As much as I am a red, white, and blue American, sorry, U.S. Mint, you don't put out enough stuff that drives down premium enough for me to make that my sole pickup. I'm not as red, white, and blue, I reckon, as Shadow Work, but who knows? Maybe I'll get there one day. Perth is my favorite. Yep, Mr. Zeems, mine too, my friend. They are one of the coolest mints in the world, I think. Our Platinum Eagles are hard to beat, though. They are. They are hard to beat. Long time no see. Well, I am definitely glad to see you, Liquid Electrum. And I'm glad you were able to make it out here to our live stream. We're going to wrap it up here in about, 6 minutes or so, but I'm glad you were able to pop in and say hello. Definitely appreciate seeing you, my friend. I like the Isle of Man Noble Platinum. Yeah, the Isle of Man Noble is pretty cool. The only Isle of Man I have is the cat coin, but I would like to get a Noble at some point, either a 1 ounce or a 1/10 ounce or something like that. I'm really kind of beating myself up that I didn't get the 1/10 ouncers when they were less popular back in the day and much closer to the Britannias in price point and premium, but I can still get one, I'm sure, somewhere. Somebody has one sitting around that they'll sell me. It's only a matter of time before I have a Noble in my stack, but I would like to have one. I do like those coins. I think they're real cool. So that's for sure. Dollar is always worth less the longer you hold it. No truer statement has been made, Nickel. The longer you hold on to them paper dollars, the less they're worth. So all that labor you put into being paid in them paper dollars, really kind of waste away at some point. You know, I think everybody's got a grandpa who made like $1 an hour way back. And if that grandpa just held on to all them single dollars he wasted his hours of labor away in, they probably wouldn't have nearly as much as if he actually did something with that money, whether it be buy real estate, a house, you know, or bullion, or invested in a company in its early days or something like that. So this is no secret, and it's been known for quite a while that the dollar just continues to waste away. 1/10 ounce JFK Assassination Platinum, only 200 made. Wow, that's pretty cool to have, Nickel. Congratulations on that, my friend. A roll of 50-cent Barbers was a paycheck. Yeah, right? That was a whole paycheck. A roll of 20 bucks and half-dollar Barbers. That's wild to think about, really. And what's funny is Grandpa would have been better off holding off all his money in Barbers now that they're essentially 2 or 3 hours of minimum wage work these days for like one barber, right? What's a barber go for? 14, 15 bucks? Probably, at least. If not more. So, yeah, if he held it all in Barbers, I reckon he would have done all right. But not because the value of the money went up, but because the value of the metal went up. Will metals keep going up? I think all will keep going up as we see a change in the White House. Yeah, very well could, Lee Hale. Very well could. It'd be nice to get paid in precious metals for our work. Well, I reckon, in a sense, they used to, at least in the coinage. But, yeah, that would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? My neighbor's first job, a silver quarter an hour. Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible, nickel stacking. Which would have been, what, about $5 or $6 an hour? With the price of a silver quarter today. That's crazy to think about. Grandpa also had a large solid gold pocket watch with gold FOB. Wow, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, my friend. Now, if you wanted a solid gold pocket watch, you'll pay like $10,000 for it at least. If it's pure solid gold, I mean, obviously you can put gold accents on it or something, but yeah, if it's pure solid gold, probably would be very, very expensive. $8, I think. Wow, that's incredible. That is incredible, nickel stacking. That's for sure. All right, we're closing in on the 1 hour and a half mark here. We got about 90 seconds left, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. One more peek at the poll. U.S. Mint, 29%. Royal Mint, 11%. Perth Mint, 31%. And Royal Canadian Mint, 29%. So congratulations, Perth Mint. You win. You win this time. Luckily, we've never gone to war with you, so we can be friends as long as that stays the case. But anyways, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for showing up and hanging out with us today on the Platinum Beast channel. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, special thank you to Shadowwork, Zach Johnson, Mr. Zeems, all of y'all who are loyal Gold and Platinum Beast members of the channel. I greatly appreciate that. As a pro tip, be on the lookout for one of my soon-to-be future videos. I'll be showcasing my quarter-ounce Platinum Eagle that I'm planning on picking up once the YouTube check hits the bank in my YouTube account. And we'll be super excited to showcase that for y'all because that is directly from the funding that y'all put into my channel, whether it's super chats, whether it's just watching videos that I post, whether it's being a member, whatever the case may be, however you have contributed to my channel. In the smallest and the largest, doesn't matter. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I'm definitely going to showcase my appreciation in that video that I plan to post in the near future once I get that pickup in hand. But with all that being said, we're closing in on 1 hour and a half. So once again, thank you, everyone. Shadowwork, Zach Johnson, Mr. Zeems, all of y'all who are just my loyal followers and subscribers of the channel. I couldn't do it without y'all, and I wouldn't be here without y'all. So real quick, we'll go through some of these last comments in the live stream that we've received as I've been just kind of rambling on here a little bit. But yeah, I'm trade my plumbing services for coins. Barter rules. Oh yeah, Lee Hale. Congratulations on being able to do that. That is super, super awesome. Oh man. Thank you, Liquid Electrum. I wasn't expecting that, but thank you so much for that super chat, Liquid. I greatly appreciate that, my friend. Wow, that's super generous of you to donate $4.99 to my channel. Was not expecting that at all, but I am greatly appreciated, or I greatly appreciate that. And I will be sure not to be a stranger, Liquid Electrum. I can guarantee that. I'm going to keep posting videos and keep making content for y'all so that y'all can have something to watch and just kind of enjoy and engage in and all that good stuff. So I don't plan on quitting anytime in the near future, and I plan on just keeping the Platinum Beast channel going as strong as I can for as long as I can. So once again, thank you, Liquid Electrum. I don't know if you have a channel. Let's see, do you? Real quick, because we'll give you a little shout out for that one, because that's pretty cool. You don't really post too much, so unfortunately, maybe one day you will, and if you ever do, let me know, and I'd love to give you like a proper shout out for that. But just thank you so much for that super chat. I greatly appreciate it. You're on Whatnot. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I definitely will. But thank you so much, Liquid Electrium. And once again, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Zeems, for saying another great stream and all you've done for my channel. And I'll be sure not to be a stranger in the future. So thank you, everyone. And with all that being said, I reckon I will see all of y'all on the next one.